It's not new. I realize that nothing we've been doing is new. We haven't been tapping into new areas of the brain. We've just been awakening the most ancient. This technology is simply a route to powers that conjurers and alchemists used centuries ago. Human race lost that knowledge, and now I'm reclaiming it through virtual reality.
George R. Hoyte, Evergreen/Lyceum, October 26, 2010. Justice is never given, only served, 3/5 human. One of the Lyceum books that I found interesting was The Constitution for Everyone. After completing this book, a light came on in my head illuminating the first step toward the fight for justice against the ruling class and their flunkies. I want to start a petition and movements toward making the Constitution of America recognize black citizens as 100% human beings. This should have been the number one issue on the agenda of every so-called black leader before engaging in ritualistic spiritual marches and begging for integration and jobs. How can anyone even attempt to negotiate for equality when the government doesn't even acknowledge your full humanity? Even worse, how can Obama claim to be a man if he will not even make the motion to make the Constitution of the United States of America acknowledge his full humanity? The cowardice of the black race has gone on way past bedtime. There is only so much that can be blamed on ignorance. I want to propose this motion to Dr. Lanners and the Law Club at the next meeting. I suggest we write up a plan of action, collect signatures, write letters, and do whatever we have to do to make the Constitution recognize black people as 100% human. I don't see how even the most bigoted white person, nor the most cowardly Uncle Tom, can defend against making the Constitution acknowledge black people's full humanity a reality. This, I believe, is the first step in the fight for justice in America. It is a fight for our humanity that can then lead to the reclaiming of our dignity and respect. I am aware of the fight that this demand will bring to those who dare to fight for their humanity. There are many who will see this fight as a road to rebellion that leads to reparations and justice. They would be correct in this conclusion. However, if the black race will not even fight to be recognized as fully human, we do not deserve justice and have earned our fate to die like dogs. If the Constitution can amend prohibition, this 3/5 business shouldn't be a problem or even irrational. I will start this crusade with this issue at the top of the agenda. This is one issue that I believe almost any sane person can agree upon and be willing to die fighting for.
They're going to take you to a higher height. They will be followed up by Surve Notice, who's supported by DJ Music Theory. He hails from TACOMA Community College and the Black Student Union there. He's got a message and he's got purpose.
I have a dream, an exile in his own land.
Black history should not be a mystery. 400 years, blood, sweat, tears, and misery. Literally, millions of lives lost in African Holocaust. Underground railroad, catch the train of thought or step off. It's keeping it real, creeping with steel. And if seeking to kill your brother for skrill is another trap in the track to weaken the wheels, cheapen the deals, while the other man's leading the field. King said we should overcome the new millennium. The time's come to overrun Allah, Jehovah's sons, young black and older ones, all face police hate, lock gates and soldiers guns. Time for system infiltration, so get your education, approach each class with dedication. If you gotta be a bookworm, my brother, be that. Break them for their A sharps, let them keep their D flats, let them know you're born to be a baller, and you'll be that scholar with dollars. Now you're doing on the free track, knowing the struggles now, a struggle of the mind. Challenge every doubt, don't let fear draw the line. Register to vote or will always be neglected. Want the president elected or Supreme Court selected? Reject this method. I ain't leaving, she ain't leaving, he ain't leaving, we ain't leaving, so we might as well unite and fight for common reasons. For Rosa Parks and those remorse to free a wounded nation. For Dr. King and Malcolm X, ace every test you taking. For Harriet Tubman and that Turner, pay with sweat you breaking. The underground railroads in your mind, you reach your destination. No justice, no peace, till the police brutality cease and freedom rings, dream come true. Till justice no longer means just you. We fighting all night till the light come, dream come true.
The life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation.
A nation, a people, a man in a dream. How many understand what it means? Seen as 2/3 of human beings, how they label me. For my mama cradled me, forced in chattel slavery. Wonder why they hating me. Is it this melanin I'm dwelling in? Black intelligence to the skeleton. I'm that strange fruit with blood at the root that swung from the trees down south when the church got burnt out. Yo, I'm those bodies out of caskets, afloat in the middle passage, victim of circumstances, considered savage. Let you tell it, we damned by the curse of Ham, ain't white and perfect, somehow we deserve this. 400 years, Holocaust in your surface, built this whole country, now all people shirtless. Every promise made of reparations is worthless. When this race surface, you start to get nervous. Hell no, no justice, no peace, till the police brutality cease and freedom rings dream come true. Till justice no longer means just you. We fighting all night till the light come, dream come true.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
The Rock.
DJ Music Theory and Serve Notice with Dream Come True. And that's the language of the day. We're talking about the dream and we're talking about change. City of Destiny, have you enjoyed this year's 21st annual Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration? It's been good, hasn't it?
You realize, Dr. Angelo, that my intelligence has surpassed yours. And I can't allow your fear of what you don't understand to get in the way of this work. The treatments have to continue. We have no choice.
George Hoyte. Evergreen/Lyceum. November 2, 2010. Justice is never given, only served. -4th entry. Please excuse my ignorance. In the last entry, I went on a rant about the Constitution and the 3/5 Compromise. I didn't understand how there could be a biracial president in office who'd neglect to change this section of the Constitution. I felt that a major step in changing the reality of the inhumane treatment of black people had to start with black people taking a stand and declaring their full humanity, starting with the United States Constitution. Although the zeal for this crusade may have been noble, further study into the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments have shown me my ignorance and arrogance. I don't believe that I am wrong in my position, but after researching blogs, news articles, YouTube, and the history of the Constitution, what seemed to be a case-closed argument proves to be much more complex than I have the knowledge, wisdom, or understanding to critically analyze in 2 weeks. I've heard arguments from black activists to skinheads concerning the 3/5 Compromise and the 3 reconstructive amendments, 13, 14, and 15. It appears that the North was the one who declared slaves to be counted only as 3/5 of a human being, due to the fact that if the South had counted their slaves as full human beings, with no economic or political power, the South and the Confederate philosophy would be able to reign supreme in America by vote. Therefore, the compromise was that every 5 slaves would count as 3 votes. Thus, the 3/5 Compromise. Nevertheless, there is no doubt that black people have been done an inhumane injustice that we are still suffering under today. I will still attack the 3/5 Compromise, but must admit that it will take much more time than 2 weeks. I have learned that even though I've spent a lifetime of reading, and even though many of my peers consider me intelligent, I have to admit that I am as weak in American history as I am in mathematics. If I were to present the argument as is, there are thousands of learned white people who could shred it apart with so-called facts, figures, and dates, along with millions of their educated Uncle Toms who would agree with them. I realized, after researching this issue, just how far below the surface black people are buried after centuries of slavery. We don't even have the intellect to argue our own humanity and request justice.
Silence the violence, increase the peace, don't fake the funk, whatever. It's not about that. It's about Quincy, Rhonda, and Kano. These are my homies, and they're also dead. So don't wrap this up in some cute ad slogan with some big sound effects. This is about us. We're killing each other.
What's happened, officer?
Well, little Bo Peep here has lost her sheep and she doesn't know where to find them. Look, if you just leave them alone, I'm sure they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them.
Everybody in the business is a criminal. And how can you ever trust a criminal?